Okay, we can go on the record now.
You're on the record, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Maryland Public Service Commission's pre-hearing conference in case number 9661, which is captioned in the matter of the complaint of the staff of the Public Service Commission of Maryland versus StateWise Energy Maryland LLC. My name is Kristen Lawrence. I'm the public utility law judge assigned to hear this matter. We'll start with taking appearances. Counsel, please unmute yourself and identify yourself and your client for the record, starting with StateWise Energy, please.
Sure. Your Honor, this is Kevin Blake on behalf of StateWise Energy. My apologies. Despite my best efforts, my video appears not to be connecting, but hope you can hear me loud and clear.
I can.
I'd also like to enter the appearance of Thomas Puckner and Darren Fernandez, also on behalf of StateWise.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Okay, OPC.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jacob Alsander and Patrick O'Loughlin are on the call for the Maryland Office of People's Counsel.
And staff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Peter Wolson for staff, and with me are James Gregor and Catherine McErlin.
Okay. Did the parties confer and come to any agreement on a proposed scheduling order?
Your Honor, we did not confer. Staff sent out a proposed schedule yesterday for discussion today. But we were not in contact with each other about it, and I haven't received any responses from that. Ms. McErlin sent that out last evening.
Your Honor, this is Kevin Blake. We did receive staff's proposed schedule. We reviewed it. We are generally in agreement. Our only concern from a scheduling matter from staff's proposal was the schedule as proposed only provides 4 weeks in between direct testimony and StateWise's rebuttal testimony. As appears to be customary in these types of proceedings, we'd like to request that we push that back by 2 weeks. So there's a 6-week period approximately in between direct testimony and rebuttal. Other than that, we have no concerns with staff's proposal.
Okay, let me turn to OPC. Mr. Auslander, is OPC filing a third-party complaint?
Well, that is one of the topics that OPC wanted to discuss with Your Honor, whether that was going to be a requirement in this case for OPC, or whether OPC can participate based on the staff complaint that was filed in this case. And so we are generally we are okay with the proposed schedule that staff has circulated, but if that is assuming that the Maryland Office of People's Counsel will be able to participate based on staff's complaint, and would not be required to file a separate third-party complaint of its own.
Well, I'm certainly not going to give you legal advice. If you feel as though staff's complaint covers everything that you would like to allege in this matter, that is up to you.
Yes, we're comfortable that staff's complaint included the violations that OPC is aware of based on its review of the discovery material that we've received so far.
Your Honor, I might add that we do anticipate filing amended complaints because as we speak, complaints continue to come in. Just last week, for instance, we received, CAD received complaints and transmitted them to to staff council this morning. We do anticipate at some point filing an amended complaint, which would bring everything up to date. And we would ask that the StateWise be enjoined from continuing marketing because they continue to violate the state law and engage in unlawful marketing. We can file a written motion to that effect with supporting additional complaints if Your Honor feels that's necessary. We asked the commission to rule on this, but the
Mr.
commission.
Wilson, could you speak up a little bit? You're very low.
Yes, we asked the commission to rule on this, but they transmitted the complaint to the judges without comment.
Okay, yes, if staff is seeking injunctive relief, I think you need to file a motion with supporting documentation. And then we can take that up as a, if we need to have a hearing on that, we will. Because otherwise I would think that from what you just said, that we're going to continue down a path of staff continually needing to amend its complaint to stay up to date.
That's correct, Your Honor. We could solve this. I've asked before the company to voluntarily pause their marketing during the course of this proceeding. So far, they have not responded favorably to that. But if they care to do that today, we would welcome that.
And when you say marketing, do you just simply mean advertising, or?
No, I mean going door to door in Maryland neighborhoods and representing themselves as representatives of the utilities and attempting to scam our citizens.
Well, without asking them to respond to, I guess, the characterization, I'm wondering if Mr. Blake, if StateWise would be willing to discontinue marketing operations while this complaint proceeds.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. So let me just, I'd like to start. I agree without necessarily responding to Mr. Wilson's allegations. We did want to raise kind of an initial scoping matter. It does impact sort of scheduling as well. Staff's March 17th complaint references 40 consumer inquiries received between May 2019 and May 2020. It also raises some broad, sort of generic references. And we wanted to clarify, from the outset that this is not going to be a limitless sort of open-ended investigation into any and all practices of the company. We have to have notice, of what specifically this investigation pertains to. And we have concerns with Mr. Wilson's suggestion that this could continue indefinitely upon the receipt of any complaint and a corresponding update to this proceeding. So, we would request that the scope of this proceeding be appropriately limited to those 40 complaints that were referenced by staff in their complaint, and not simply an open-ended ongoing investigation.
Well, Mr. Blake, certainly you understand even if I were to do that, that doesn't prevent staff or OPC from filing a complaint against StateWise in the future, starting from whatever point I were to cut it off going forward. If all you're asking for is a time, limitation, they're just going to file a new complaint. So I'm not sure that gets you where you want to go. It sounds like we have some issues, some serious issues. So I think what it sounds like to me is we need to have a preliminary hearing. Staff needs to file a motion for injunctive relief. set forth whether we need to have any sort of discontinuation of operations while this proceeds. Is staff able to do that in a short time frame?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay. Week, 2 weeks?
We can file our motion within a week, yes. Maybe
Okay.
sooner.
Looking at a calendar, so perhaps by May 20th?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay. And then StateWise, would you be able to respond to that by June 5th?
That seems reasonable, Your Honor, subject to, conferring with our team. That seems like a reasonable deadline.
Did I say June 5th? I meant 4th. I'm sorry. June 4th is a Friday. Okay.
June
And
4th.
then the PULJ calendar is looking pretty good for the week of June 7 for a hearing. What is everyone's availability? Monday, June 7, Tuesday, June 8, the afternoon of Wednesday, June 9, anytime on the June 10th. Those are or even the 11th. The whole week is fairly open somehow. I'm waiting to hear for conflicts from StateWise. Any conflicts with that week?
Subject to conferring with our team, there may be some conflicts in the week towards the end of the second week of June. So perhaps the third week of June, starting with June 14th, is a little more open.
That's not as open for me. Do you have a problem? You said the end of the preceding week. Do you have a problem with the 8th? Tuesday, June 8th?
I have no problem with the 8th.
Okay. So it sounds like we need to have a hearing on Tuesday, June 8th. We'll say 10 a.m. Staff, you'll have a witness present.
We will attempt to have a witness present, Your Honor.
You need to inform me as soon as possible if for some reason a witness will not be available on Tuesday, June 8th at 10 a.m.
I will do that.
Okay. And StateWise, you may have a witness if you would like to respond to what staff's going to put forward. Does everyone understand the scope of the hearing for Tuesday, June 8th? I understand that staff hasn't filed its motion yet, but Mr. Wilson has outlined that it's going to be for injunctive relief to discontinue marketing operations during the pendency of this complaint. I don't think it makes sense to schedule anything else until we get through that, unless someone disagrees. Do we need to outline discovery, or are we just going to hold off? And
I think we've already started discovery, and I think that we can just hold everything off until that hearing is completed.
okay, OPC, do you concur?
We've been able to engage in discovery as well, so we're okay with the suggestion to take the matter formally following the hearing on staff's motion.
Okay, yeah, at the end of that hearing, then we'll move forward with setting a procedural schedule for the case.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, is there anything else that we need to discuss today then? I'm seeing nothing. All right, thank you, everyone. And unless I hear otherwise, I will look for staff's motion by next week, by the 20th, and StateWise's reply, and then we'll see everyone on June 8th. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're off the
Thank-
record, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.